Anyway, so we're talking about connection, and I don't know why, but I started to think about, I mean, what I call junior high school, but what probably a lot of the younger people in here call middle school. There was I had a particularly dramatic situation with my 8th grade math teacher with regard to word problems. So I just figure I'll frame my connection to, my beloved 8th grade teacher, Mr. Dexheimer, and I'll tell the story from this point. Okay. So I ended up doing a 5-year bid. I'm 47. I got into some B&E, It was one of those situations where you don't have a job, you don't have no money, you got to get money. So you got to figure out how to do it. So I cased this house, I looked this house over, I get pretty familiar with the comings and goings of the people there, and I think, this looks like it should be a reasonably easy job. I don't carry weapons, so there wasn't going to be any violence. If someone comes home fast, well, I run. I'm not like a cheetah or anything, but I've left my share of watchdogs huffing and puffing with their paws on their hips. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so I go in the house. Everything is just as I imagined it. No one's home. It's the middle of the day. The neighborhood's empty. Go upstairs, grab some jewelry, a couple of watches, some rings. And I think, smooth, not doing any damage, So I turn around and I get ready to go back to get out. And there's a troll at the top of the steps. Yeah, a troll. He's got this big blonde beard with beetles crawling around in him. They're big beetles. They're big beetles and they're bad beetles. They got bladed wings and tattoos and everything. So I'm looking at them, and I'm looking at him, and he's got this baseball hat on. It's a Yankees hat. And I'm thinking, wow, a troll in someone's house is probably not a good sign. So I think, okay, just play it cool. I say, so, how you doing? I was just on my way out. And the troll says, oh, you can go. You just have to answer this one question for me. I say, all right. He says, let's say there are 3 trees, and each tree has 1,000,000 leaves. And each leaf, one by one, falls every 17 seconds, particularly after November 1st. How many leaves would have fallen off those trees by November 7th if some of the leaves fall in pairs and every 4th pair gets blown off the tree in 13.4 seconds and the wind changes? I thought to myself, I probably just should have taken word problems a little more seriously than a younger guy. He says, Oh, you get 2 chances to answer. If you get it right, we'll walk out of the house holding hands together. If you get it wrong, I'm going to sit on you and call 911. Now, this shouldn't have been a problem. I mean, trolls are not very tall. I thought, well, I'm a pretty big guy. Maybe I should try and kind of rush him or something. But then I look at this guy, and he's got these bird feet, you know? They're like Tyrannosaurus Rex-shaped feet, and they're digging into the floor. And I realized that from the front, he looks like a normal-sized person, but when you see his profile, he's about 4 feet deep. And I thought, okay, this isn't really going to work. So anyway, I end up doing, you know, those 5 years the hard way. It was rough, of course, you know, breaking stones, moving one rock here, another rock there, eating slop, fighting a bunch of dudes half my age. They all think they have something to prove, right? But why? I mean, I'm no prize fighter, but I did dance 3 rounds with Mike Tyson in his prime and left him laying on the canvas looking for his teeth. Anyway. So I do those 5 years and I get out. You know, freedom is lovely. It's better to be out than in. Anybody who's been inside knows what I mean. I know some of you out there are hardcore felons. Don't try and get inside. Anyway, so I get out, and I'm determined to go straight. You know, I've learned my lesson. No one wants to go back in there. So anyway, I'm trying to find a way to, you know, make a living and do this and that, but nothing seems to be working out. So I think to myself, what can the harm, you know, what can harm can come if I'll hit this local bank real quietly, you know, during the weekend, off hours, sneak in. My plan was to drill up through the bathroom floor, right? Hang around, wait till the security guard leaves. This guy always took a break and goes to Chubby's Pub, you know. Knocks back a few stiff ones, talks bad about his wife. He's gone for about an hour, hour and a half. I figure I'll be in there, up, run around, grab the money, go. All right. So sure enough, Saturday night comes. I get up in there, and everything is good. I'm having one of those moments where you think you're like a super thief. Remember that show, It Takes a Thief? I'm just like, yeah, they should have the cameras on me now. I'm drifting around like a ghost, you know? Drawer to drawer, packing my jacket with 10s and 20s. Not taking any big bills, I'm not greedy. Just 10s and 20s. Moving around, feeling good. I get ready to head back to the bathroom so that I can, you know, make my little escape, get back out into the night air, you know, think positive thoughts. So I open the bathroom door, and sure enough, there's a hydra there. It's big and slithery. It's got all these 8 heads and everything. And I'm thinking to myself, anytime you find a hydra in a bathroom, it's probably not a good sign. So, all right, so I say to myself, stay cool. I noticed that the hydra's 8 heads all have Dick Cheney's face. You know, and I don't, you know, I'm not critical. I don't want to be critical of anybody, you know. So I'm thinking, okay, he's got Dick Cheney's face, you know, live and let live. Not going to say anything, you know. So I say, hail to the Veep. You happen to be blocking my way. I'm trying to get out, you know, so I can get back into my life on the outside of the bank. And the hydra these heads kind of grimace. You know how Cheney does. Anyway, he grimaces and says, oh yeah, you can go outside. In fact, I'll I'll give you my golden fleece if you just answer this one question. Say there are 10,000 ants, and each ant can carry a crumb that weighs 1.2 grams. How many trips would each ant have to make to remove a chocolate cake that weighs 3 pounds if that cake is strapped to the roof of a car traveling 55 miles an hour into a driving rainstorm that the ants really find annoying? I stood there for a while, and I thought, you can't really rush a hydra, that would turn out badly. And I thought, man, gosh, I guess maybe when I was in there for 5 years, I really should have boned up on my word problems.